Hello, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. My people, I am back again today for us to continue the evangelism of Biafra. Biafra is our religion. My people, join me from wherever you are. Ndị be anyị, ọ ga-adịla unu mma. Ekene m nwoke, ekene nwanyị. My people, join me today again for this evening program. We have a couple of updates which I have to drop for us to keep working with them. Join me, and as you are joining, like and share so that the program will go viral. So my people, before I continue, I have to do the needful. Almighty God, Father Lord, I thank and glorify your holy name, merciful Father. Almighty God, you are the Father that gives us what no human father can give, and we love you, my Lord, because you showed us love first. Father Lord, I commit my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, into your holy hands, Father Lord. Please release him for us, release him for us. My Lord, in your infinite mercy and kindness, tamper justice with mercy. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has overstayed in that prison, my Lord. Release him, Father Lord. Protect Mazi Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, who is leading us at the moment. May you guide and protect him. Protect all Biafrans all over the world. He say, my people, Ona Akpotu, join me, so that we will continue. But before we proceed, I have decided to be playing the voice of Onyendu, so that as it is playing, it will be reminding you that he is our leader and that he is somewhere. We all need our prayers to go for him, that God should release him for us. Let me play his voice and let us listen attentively. Hello, Henry. Wow, thank you for joining. Make your comments, which will be appreciated. We are here for interactive session. Thank you for joining me. You are welcome. I'm playing the voice of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our great leader.
Tonight again, I'm going to prove it to you. All of us are Igbo. Everybody from Igodomigodo to Bakassi to Ambazonia, Igbo, IGBO. If you don't like it, go and drink poison. If you don't like it, go and hang yourselves. Your ignorance is why you are in the state you're in today. And I am not sitting down here to tolerate or condone your ignorance. I cannot. Other people may to sound politically correct. I don't believe in your useless political correctness. It is garbage to me. I'll prove it to you again tonight. We need to continue. And then they said something about you know, we are yeah, Niger Delta.
Thank you, Henry.
We are Niger Delta. We are not part of this Biafra. Igbo people, make una go. Igbo. I'm not saying everybody says that, but I'm just trying to correct them. And I want to speedily go. Who are the Eastern people? They say they inhabit the Niger Delta area of the zoo. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested. Keep going down. Google it. Ejo, who are the Ejo people? I want to prove to everybody that we are one. Everybody that we are one. You know, sometimes ignorance and idiocy will not allow us. But please Google it and keep scrolling. Keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep reading and keep reading and keep reading and keep reading. What does that part say? Who are the Izon people? Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Who are the people? Who are they? Who are they related to? Who are their brothers and their sisters? Who are they related to? After a white man must have finished putting their entry, they now said, related, what is the meaning of a relative? Who is your uncle? Is it your relative? Who is your sister? Your relative. Your brother is your relative. Even your child is your relative. You claim you know English language, but you know nothing related. In this same entry on Islam, who are your brothers, more or less? Who are you related to? They did not, I didn't see anything here. They said, Ekpeye people, Ibibio, Ogoni, Isoko, Igbo, Eleme. These are their relatives. Igbo is there. You know the funniest thing? You see here, there is no Efik. You see here, there is no Igede. There is no, I want to prove to you that we are all Igbo. That's what I'm going to now, to prove it to you, if you have any brain. Now, in this entry here, who are related to his own people? Ekpeye, Ibibio, Ogoni, Isoko, Igbo, Eleme, Igbo, IGPO, Igbo, are relatives of Ijo people. It's there now, it's not, I didn't write it. It is here in black and white. Oh, dear me. Do you know the funniest thing? If you Google Ibibio, you will see Igbo in it. You Google Efiko, Igbo is there. Google Igede, Igbo is there. As a relative. You Google Idoma, Igbo is there. Google Itala, Igbo is there. Are we going to go to Goromigo? Is Igbo not there? Igbo is the only ethnicity you will find.
You know why our Onyendu is stressing on this very Igbo thing is that when you go to the north, whether you are from River State or from wherever, they will call all of us Igbo. Yet, when we come down, we will start, splitting ourselves, reminding ourselves of our individual clan and tribe. You go to Lagos, they call us Omoibo. That Omoibo, whether you are Calabar or you are Rivers or you are real Igbo tribe, they call all of us the Igbo. But when it comes to taking our minerals, they will go and tell them, oh, you people are not Igbo. So that they will carve out the people that has mineral resources in their hometown and intimidate them and take the oil, because that is the fact. That is what goes on. Because nobody from Warri or from Port Harcourt or from Calabar, all these places where they are drilling oil right now, that has oil well, that is when they will know that we are not Igbos, when it comes to stealing the mineral resources. But when it comes to addressing us with a very bad, tagging us with a bad name, they will call all of us Igbo, Anyamiri, Omokobokobo. That's how they refer to us. That's why Onyendu is addressing this issue.
The description of all the people that make up Biafra, everybody is related to Igbo. Everybody. Now, in this entry here, they never said that Izon, that is Ijon, is related to Efik or Idoma. Therefore, that Igbo is that chain, that chain that links everybody together, that brings everybody together to one family. Everybody is Igbo. Everybody. Then, who are you related to? Izon, Igbo. Igede, who are you related to? Igbo. Idoma, who are you related to? Igbo. I'm not telling you myself. I say, go and Google, go and do your research. How about Hegala? Igbo. How about, what do I say? Of course, Anyoma is Igbo. I'm not even going to say Anyoma. Isekiri, who are you related to? If you trace your history, who? Isoko, Urobo, go and look at your history. Igbo is there for everybody. Igbo is the link that binds everybody together. So when we talk about Igbo, we're talking about ourselves. Let us be very serious for goodness sake.
So my people, before I go into our information and update today, I always like to play our Onyendu's voice to remind us that he is still under the custody of DSS. And DSS is not a prison, because when you are in prison, you will have other inmates to talk to. You will have visiting dates for the prisoners. But this one, they kept him. Hello, Chibike. Thank you for joining. I just finished playing the voice of Onyendu. So Onyendu is still being kept under the custody of the DSS, which is underground. He is there alone for going to 3 years now. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Make your usual comments, and I am here to read it out for our Biafran brothers and sisters to listen to. You know, I was at the space today, and the majority of the argument is the role religion is playing in our society, in our lives. And some people do not agree with that, but it is partly the same thing. Yes. Yeah. So religion is partly the same, because I played yesterday the voice of Father Mbaka, where he was apologizing to God, begging God to forgive them, the men and women of God who have misled so many people of that country, that part of the world, where Zoo and our Biafrans are still trapped, you know? Because when you look at somebody like Sheikh Gumi, I mean, he's an Islamic cleric. So it is like two religions, Christianity and Islamic religion. Very powerful thing, because religion is a very powerful entity, as well as politics. So when you mix the two, you are on your way to destruction, because you have to keep religion separately. Religion is a thing made by man, a way for us to serve God and acknowledge God as our Lord, while politics is also man-made, but how to rule and administer humans. But when you mix these two together, it will become too explosive, that if you allow it to burst loose, a lot of things will go wrong. And that's what has been going on. Because currently, Gumi, instead of teaching children how to go to school and study, they use the Alamajris, indoctrinate them, radicalize them. Then on the part of the Christians, they will be there prophesying who God didn't tell them that will be the president, or number 4th man that will be the Messiah of the Imo people. All these things is like a conundrum. So many bad and good things boiling in one pot. It can never go well. But I know something from my own observation, that those who want to seize this opportunity to actualize their religion is doing that, as well as fighting for their masters, who want to see us fight while they take our oil and go. That has been the trend. So, two strong battles that we are facing. We want our freedom. We want to pull out from the shackles of these religious bigots. Because whether you are religious or not, it is not the same as serving God. We know God, we know that God is our creator, and we respect and revere God. But when you mix it with politics, this is the problem we always find ourselves in. And those who created religion, their country is all in peace, quiet. They are living good life. While they brought this to we Africans, and we have no peace. So my people, all this is just mere distraction. We should be focused and make sure that we, the Biafrans, now that we have decided to fight seriously and strongly for our liberation, the stage we are in now, oh my God. Sorry, my people, I don't know what happened. The stage we are in now is self-referendum. We should focus on it and avoid distractions. Avoid leaving the main object and pursuing the shadow. Because when you leave the object and pursue shadow, you catch nothing. Because the shadow will just be moving on a different direction while the object will be facing a different direction. So you should think of the one you should chase, the object or the shadow. And my simple advice is that we should focus on the object, which is getting Biafra. And now that these Efulefu people have invited the military to come and destabilize our state in Olu, that we should contribute tomorrow, Saturday. Biafrans are very many in number. If we all contribute as little as $2 or $1, we will get up to 50 million. Trust me, you will not go wrong. So tomorrow is our fundraising from 7 p.m. Biafra time. So my people, there are updates here and there from our Prime Minister Twitter handle, and I have to read out some of them for you to know that we are really, really making headway. We are progressing. We are really progressing. So there's this one that our Prime Minister, he tweeted this. What is today's date? He tweeted this today, February. Yes, my brother. Exactly. The main problem in Africa is government. Yes. And this government, because we are dealing with people who are very intelligent, nobody is on their back. So they have time to walk through everybody's mind, know how to play their role, know how to catch you. So they know those that they can use to actualize their interest in Africa. About 18-something, when they were in Berlin distributing Africa, you know how they distributed Africa. And today, mainly the people from East Africa and the other side of West Africa, those military boys, they are really doing very well. Ibrahim Traore, the man in Niger Republic and Mali, they have pulled themselves out from the shackles of French hold. They are now really free. Yes, they are very free from their problems, and they settled now to pacify their country, to make them happy and give them what they have been lacking, and at the same time acquiring everything that will protect their country for external invasion. So ndị be anyị, onye ọbụla ka o biri anyị n'obi na Biafra anyị na-achọ abụrụ achọtakwu echi, anyị ewelukwa agwa ndị Naijiria wee bịa na-abọsasị ife niile ka ọkụkọ. A na-achọ this Biafra so that Biafra bịa, anyị akwanyela onwe anyị ugwu. We will be doing things systematically in accordance with the rules of the land. Go wee baala anyị bakwala ụmụ anyị. Maka nkwukwa ya na nke mma, ekwuo m ya na nke unu nwa ga-amakwa. You know, Biafra ịbịa bụrụ anyị abịarọ nkili, anyị abịarọkwanụ ịgba onwe anyị mgbe okulu. We are one. Or if onye ndu here that we are one. Allowing yourself to be fragmented is just very inhuman and is not practicable. Maka na ọ da work. Mmadụ ikwe ka a na-ekelisi ya na ụmụnne. Ndị Igbo si nọ igwe bụ ike. If you are in group, you will work smoothly and successfully. Or might be very heavy on anybody. Ndị ọcha da nwụọ nwa ike. Sọsọ n'Africa ka ị ga-abịa ị na-afụ ndị ụmụ nwanyị ekpolu ụmụ isii. Ịjụọ sị na nna fa nwụrụgo, ọ bụla afụfụ. Mana ndị obodo a ma nwoke ma nwanyị fa ga-akasị nka. Ịfụfafa na-aga n'ụzọ kodo onwe fa aka. Two of them are very old at the same time. Now for great-grandchildren, because nobody is on their back. Because they live their life quietly and smoothly. So, anya mane ekwezi kafane eji anyị na-emebi ndụ onwe anyị. Dịka etu Hope Uzodimma si wee jekpọta military. Maka na ị na-anya today na the whole of Southeast, ọsọsọ ya na-akpọta ndị amị abịa na-agbagbusi ụmụnne anyị. Mana kịta tebụl atọ nugo ka m ga-agụpụtala unu ka ụmụnne anyị si egwerisifa and ife na-aga kịta. Onye isi ndị amị a na-achọzi ya achọ. Onye mamuso wee bịa na Biafraland, our gallant men wee wenasị afa. So my people, this is it. I will always bring you the update. So today, our Prime Minister said here, important announcement. Our attention has been drawn to a letter being circulated in some parts of Biafraland. According to the content, which I am still awaiting to get on my table, they say that some gas stations, filling stations, that some gas stations received the letter that the petrol attendants must pay to Biafra Liberation Army or will be killed. So our Prime Minister said, no, something like that. There is nothing like that. That people should regard this circulation of false letter because he's not aware of it and he is not part of it. The Biafran Liberation Army cannot make such threats to any Biafran or anybody who has a filling station. So see, the Biafra government want to make it very clear that such letter is not from Biafra Liberation Army, nor from Biafra Defense Forces. Don't pay any money to any Nigeria state actors through criminals parading themselves as Biafra Liberation Army. So my people, take note of this very notice from our Prime Minister. So he said, yeah, my brother, you are welcome. I appreciate you. All must say, hail the United States of Biafra. Exactly. Thank you for joining. Please, my people. Wow, Chibike is here. Oh, my brother. Yes. Thank you so much for joining. So I have a lot of these short clips of notices from our Prime Minister, which I am ready to be reading, so that those of you who didn't have the opportunity to read them will hear and spread the gospel, because Biafra is our religion. So he says, the BDF will be working assiduously to make sure that these criminals are dealt with immediately. Yes, yes. Yes, Chibo, letter from Undisabo. Oh, my brother, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Obi, thank you. Thank you for joining. Oh, they are complete. My sister Diane, God bless you for joining. So I'm reading out what our Prime Minister wrote in response to a fake letter written to people who run filling stations by IPOB Nigeria and criminals. So our Prime Minister is responding that that letter is not from Biafra government in exile, that they should not listen to it. They want to be extorting money from them. So he said, always report any emergency to the Biafra government in exile using the email so let me read out the email. It says info@biafrarepublic.gov.org. So you should write to this email until emergency number is provided. The Biafra Liberation Army are not in the position to collect money from any Biafran, and they are not collecting any money at all. So you see what they do, these criminals. Now they saw the uniform of Biafra Liberation Army and they are wearing it, using it to harass people so that the society will think that Biafra Liberation Army are the ones buying them. And yesterday he warned that, I think it was on Wednesday or yes, Wednesday he sounded note on that type of action. So he continued, he said, the Biafra de facto government has a functional governmental structure and it is very active across the 40 United States of Biafra. The Biafra Liberation Army has called on Biafrans to report whoever that contacted them about money and give as many details as possible, which could help investigation and possibly tracking the Nigeria state actors to their location. So my people, this is what goes on there. In the zoo, they try to impersonate us. They impersonate our soldiers. They impersonate Breji government prime minister's office, everything just to bring us down. And they are doing all this right now because they know that we are in the process of our self-referendum and it was working and they couldn't sleep over this. And you know the zoo, they know one of their best instruments. Once it starts this way, they will call Imo State Governor, what are you doing? And he will start. Yes. Now that we are doing our self-referendum is when all this impersonating Biafra Liberation Army, sewing their uniform is coming up. Now they are going to stations saying, we are Biafra Liberation Army. If you don't pay tax to us, we will kill you. How can you be threatening people with another person's identity? So my people, a lot is going on. Hello, my sister, you are welcome. Blessing. You are a real blessing to us. Thank you for joining. My people, remember to like and share. If you have not subscribed, please help and subscribe to Betty4 TV and share so that it goes viral. So, Blessing, before you joined us, I was reading out what our Prime Minister wrote out in his Twitter handle, that some people who are wearing Biafra Liberation Army fake uniform, we are going to filling stations, trying to extort money from people, asking them that if they do not bring any money, they will buy them. And our Prime Minister said that there is nothing like that. The public should take note. Let me read our sister's submission. Biafrans should know that such letter can't be from the government of Biafra, that type of letter is fake and lies is from the ghost freedom fighters, cowards and vagabonds that use freedom. My sister, you are so much on point. Yes, most of us are in this struggle for real, and some are here to catch cruise, while some are here to also make money. You know those that started with Onyendu, they all thought that Onyendu is a 419er like them. They are here to make money. That's why they were placed on salary. Yet, that was not enough for them. Our people will go to work, make money under cold and winter. During summer, they will be taking double job. They will never go on holidays. When they contribute this money, they will use it to pay those efulefus that we are not doing anything. China Sanworu and Chike Doziem, Ima Powerful and the rest of them. They were not doing anything. You will hear now what they are doing in the zoo. They are very, very, I don't know. They are in a very, very condescending position. So, another good news is that our Prime Minister said in his Twitter handle another information that the Biafra Republic government in exile wish to inform Biafrans that the Biafraland office in Netherlands has also officially submitted a recognition request to the Netherlands government through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs ahead of Biafra liberation later this year. So that is that. Yes, Obi, my brother, you said IPOB Nigeria propaganda. Ndi Ocho. Exactly, that's what they are. Ndi Erileli. That is what they are. So the good news again is this. He said the Biafra Liberation Army has neutralized many Nigerian terrorist army as they came to buy Biafrans today, the 16th Friday of February 2024. So he said, surprisingly, they called for backup and nobody showed up. Everybody was on the Twitter space hooting at Hope Uzodinma, the only governor in the Southeast now that invites military and tanks, up to 30 tanks, to only Olu. Can you imagine that? Your own people. So, our Prime Minister said, surprisingly, they called for backup and nobody showed up. They called for fighter jets and the jet didn't until this moment. Until this moment, I am briefing Biafrans. No fighter jet and no BDF. And BDF has it that the jet they got may have been hit yesterday during the fight. Meanwhile, men are good to go, to go gallantly. We will start when they stop. That's the message from our Prime Minister. Then let me read out for you what the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, you know, the one that was reporting our Prime Minister in the House of Assembly. He is the same one Let me read out what he said here. You can imagine a whole defense minister of the military of a country crying over a man in Finland. He said, some countries encouraging EPA to destabilize Nigeria, says Chief of Defense Staff. The Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, said on Friday, which is today, that the military is gaining nothing from the fight against Simon Ekpa. So now he is personalizing it to be a fight against Simon Ekpa, not against the Southeasterners. Because Mr. Simon Ekpa now lives in Osumowo, in Olu. According to him, the military daily loses troops in the ongoing fight in the east part of the country. That's the Minister of Defense. Let me read out what our sister Blessing. They are wasting their time. This is not the first time they've been doing this. Biafrans know their games. Yes, they are real game players, because whenever we are doing something, you know, this very man, all of them, the zoo, they will start to distract us, because they know that this our self-referendum is leading us to somewhere, and it is something they cannot fight. The way they are fighting in Olu, they can't fight our self-referendum. No, they can't. They can't. They can't stop us. At this stage, we are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. Let me read out what our Prime Minister said in this very case. Yes, she's saying that hunger is killing them. People are really dying of hunger in this zoo. Bad government. So look at what our Prime Minister said. Biafrans, praise God, in an exclamation mark. It is happening. Our plans are working. The reason we stopped Nigeria fraudulent election in Biafraland is working. Everything happening now is for the interest of Biafra freedom. You know what it means. When people are hungry, they will be thinking, what is causing this hunger in this country? Who is ruling us? Then they will remember that they have an escape route, which is Biafra. Because the more you push people close to the wall, the more you are giving him the strength to fight you back. That's why our Prime Minister said that it is working for the benefit of Biafra freedom, in our interest. Hello, Hilary Michael. Gone are the days they butcher us like My brother, now we they butcher them now. Oh. They go here we for the hand of our gallant men. Biafra territory must be secured. Exactly, my brother. It must be secured. So, our Prime Minister continued in his second paragraph. He said, to my fellow citizens of Biafra, as our Fonjas are crying, remember whom you are. No matter the situation in the jungle, a lion can never eat grass. Do you people understand that? Unu manago, animal niile bi n'ọfịa na-atụ agụ egwu. We don't go hungry. Our people are very hardworking. That's why he wrote here that lion can never eat grass. You can never hear people cry like this. Even though during the time of election, that will be clearly won, even won in Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria, and the current capital of Nigeria in Abuja, Obi won landslide victory. But because he is a Biafran man, they stole his mandate. Though I'm not a politician, I'm not interested in Nigeria politics, but this is obvious truth, very factual. It's clear that Obi won, but because he is who he is, even though the Obi of a man said that Biafra died 50 years ago, yes, my brother Emenike, it is thumbs up all the way. Because when your enemy is crying, it is your turn to laugh. Yes. They said if we don't vote Tinubu, that they will push us into lagoon. So they have got Tinubu now and they've got hunger all over the place. There's another one I will show you people. Look at this one. It says it's in a lorry. See how people, I don't know whether it was bread that they kept in the church. It's a very big building, like a church, that they kept this bread. Come and see people, on top of each other, fighting for this bread. Watch. Oh my God. Oh, no. Yes, these are all the people that voted for Tinubu. But my people, somebody sent me a video yesterday. If you see this video, I don't know. Sometimes you'll be wondering what is really going on in that country. I wish you can see this. Do you know what you are going to see now? It's like mountains in a warehouse. New Naira notes packed like an upstairs in a warehouse. And was it a cameraman and the people of EFCC also were busted this very place, you will see this money and you will understand that something is not working in that country. Look at it. My people, I wish that my camera is good to show this. It is terrible. Yes, P2B is a game player. He knows everything in Nigeria politics. He just wanted to destabilize the Biafrans. The Biafran liberation, he knows he goes nowhere. Exactly. He knows, but all that, it was all planned. Yes, we knew that that was planned. And some Nigerians, they all knew that it was all planned. So I have a couple of video from one of my colleagues that I would like to play for you people. At least you will hear and know what these IPOB Nigerians, the level they have degenerated to, and the type of contribution they now make in the zoo. To tell you that they were never honest with Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will play the video now.
Breaking news. DOS and IPOB Nigeria begged Tinubu not to allow Nigeria to collapse. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 16th of February 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, especially Biafrans. If you are a Biafran living home or abroad, this very news is for you. And those of you who are yet to open your eyes, though I know that you are very, very few in number, I want you to pay attention to this very news. So I don't want to waste your time. Let me go straight and read the news in detail. But before doing that, let me also use this medium to remind you that our main YouTube channel, which is Biafra Unite in capital letter, is having issues because of so much report and attack from the zoo operators and of course this same IPOB Nigeria that I'm talking about. YouTube has deleted over 95 videos from our platform within one day. And of course, our main Facebook page, which is Biafra Unite Television, is also having issues. We can no longer reach as many Biafrans as we used to do. Therefore, we have opened a new YouTube channel, which is where we will be releasing all our updates moving forward, including a new Facebook page. We have pasted the links to these very two platforms down below the description section, so you can click it and join those platforms. Of course, subscribe to the new YouTube channel and of course our new Facebook page. So let us move straight and read the news in details, my people. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading from one of the Zugota media outlets, the Daily Post. Now, I have seen, the headline, the title from Daily Post, and I don't have to be told what the IPOB Nigeria DOS can do. So this is not a new thing to me, but those of you who are still skeptical about the things going on in this very, freedom that we are fighting for, this is another opportunity to open your eyes. Now, according to their own title, they said, crash cement price, don't allow Nigeria implode. IPOB tells Tinubu. Let me take that again. This is very, very laughable indeed. Crash cement price, don't allow Nigeria implode. IPOB tells Tinubu. Now, they have left the agitation. Of course, we all know that they resigned. They resigned many.
There was a program I made on Thursday, I suppose, either Wednesday or Thursday, where a guy was showing a receipt and he was talking to Gbajabiamila, saying that him and Tinubu should think about the way Nigerians are suffering and how prices went up. There's another program I made where a man that works at NNPC said that there was no what was it he said they removed? Is it oil deficit or oil subsidy? Yeah, that there was no removal of oil subsidy, that they are the ones sharing the money among themselves, that it is a very big shame, and that they went to the value naira, to the IMF and the World Bank for them to borrow more money. What are they doing with the money? They either share them or they buy ammunitions and helicopters to come and be buying Biafrans. This is why people are going hungry. So as they devalue naira, that means dollar will be like $1 to 2,000 naira very soon, because the level at which this exchange rate is going, in the next 2 months, it will be $1 to 2,000 naira. And you can imagine how poor people will be faring or how they can feed their families. This is part of the reasons why we must vote and leave the zoo. Because that man, he wants to finish our people, because they know it's not just him. The entire cabals that are responsible in that country, to their economy, the politics, the religious, whatever they do, everything put together, the cabals are in control. They are the ones using hunger to wipe our people off. But God will not allow them. Chukwu Okike Abiama will not allow them. They will not succeed. We have to take our freedom in our own hands. And it is by force. Because when the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, it took it by force. We have to.
Many years ago. So, but they don't want to make it open. So once in a while they throw their useless, press release. So they no longer talk about the freedom. They no longer talk about, Biafra. They no longer talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They only talk about, a better Nigeria, how Nigeria could be better, how Igbos can do well in Nigeria, how Ibeto cement has to be reintegrated and, giving back his license in order to operate and import cement and, make life easier for Nigerians. These are the things they talk about this time around. So they know.
But they know that Dangote is a Fulani man. And all this they are demanding can never be accepted by the zoo. Because these all the governors and presidents, they all invest in Dangote. They invest in him. Because instead of them being caught with money laundering, they do it through Dangote. So asking for Ibeto's cement license to be given back to him is something that they can never get in 10 years. But this shows that they were never meant to fight for Biafra freedom. They were there for what they will get. They are the stomach infrastructure Biafrans. Now that everything has been taken away from them, the ESN has been incorporated in Biafra Liberation Army. Onyendu have sacked their eye, which is a Jofo, and now our Prime Minister is the one responsible for Onyendu's legal team. So they have nothing again than to run to Tinubu. Can you imagine? Do you think that our Prime Minister, anything in this world, can make him go back to zoo? He will never. That's how you know a serious freedom fighter. As Onyendu said, that if you are a freedom fighter and nobody is coming after you, that means that what you are doing is not effective. So these people were never freedom fighters. They came, as our sister Blessing said, to make money. It's either Diane or Blessing that said it, that they were not there, never there for real freedom fighting. They were there for money, stomach infrastructure. That's what they are.
So they no longer talk about, freedom for Biafra. Now, before I go on and read the news in details, going by the title from the Daily Post Nigeria, I want to play a particular voice note for you. Before I continue with the publication made by the DOS, pay attention to this. God forbid, Simon is not the right person to follow. Simon 1%, not even 2%, 1% from 100. I want to be a friend.
Have you heard it? Hello, my sister from another mother. Thank you for joining me. You are welcome. I trust you always share my video and don't forget, so that it goes viral and our people will be getting all these updates. Look at what this man, one of the Fulefus, what he is saying.
Biafra. Now, before I go on and read the news in details, going by the title from the Daily Post Nigeria, I want to play a particular voice note for you. Before I continue with the publication made by the DOS, pay attention to this. God forbid, Simon is not the right person to follow. Come on, Simon again.
Enolia, onwegodi femelienu. Makano ofanwa lelia in the first place. I don't know the man who with this voice, but you can imagine if okenye ganeku, onwegodi femelienu, onwere ife gemie. Na afa Chukwu okike abịam, ọkwa amaka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ eze, isi nwa eze ada atọ na mba, onwere ife ga-emie.
1%, 1%, not even 2%, 1% from 100. I want to be a friend. Cha, unanonu Kanu, Dindo, and God forbid, Simon is not the right person to follow. Come on, Simon again, 1%, not even 2%, 1% from 100. I want to be a friend. Cha, unanonu. Did you hear that? So, with this hatred in them, and they already know that Mazi Simon Ekpa has already brought Biafra. They know because they are seeing all the activities, they are seeing how we are fighting for Biafra on ground. They have seen that Biafra has military, Biafra has navy, Biafra has police.
Ewu a na-ekwu ife a ọkwa ọ nọ n'afọ na the whole Nigeria na ndị ọbụla na ana IDP camp n'ọsọsọ na ala Igbo ka enwero ndị nọ na IDP camp. Ọkwa Simon Ekpa o protect si afafa nọdụ nwụsịa mmanya na-ekwu eri, then ọ ka enwetara oge Biafra mana ọ na-protect gị. Ifuru ndị agadi ewu a, ndị agadi ewu onye na-egekwanụ fanti ụmụ Biafra ma ifefe achọ. We don't want people like this, but ọka na-akọ akụkọ.
Is Biafra has a force, Biafra has a defense force. To crown it all, Biafra has a government, a functioning government, both government in exile and of course de facto government in homeland. So they have seen that everything is clear. Now they are standing firm in the word they used back then. After selling Mazinam Dekano to the zoo, they have revisited the statement they made that Kama Simon Biafra, Kama Biafra. That is the reason why they are now begging Tinubu not to allow the zoo to collapse. Wanemunaya chugamu sinamo yilemo. Wanemunaya chugamu sinamo yilemo. Owebulu akwa ka na-azọ. Owebulu akwa ka na-azọ. Onye ga-achị onye ka ibe ya. Onye ka
Ifulu ndị efulefu a afọ m na ndị be anyị nwere ozikwa n'uche. Anyway, ọ bụrụ ndị be anyị niile. Our people, they've lost their senses. They have no brain. They are not calculative. Do they know they are begging Tinubu to hold Nigeria? Do they know what is in Tinubu's mind? Yesterday, I made a program and you people, I read a letter of another department that Mr. Tinubu is transferring from Lagos, from Abuja to Lagos. I am telling you people sincerely that if we are not serious, Oduduwa nation will come before Biafra. And these people have never fought for Oduduwa since 1970 till the time they started. And Professor Akintoye and Koiki Media and the rest of them, with Onyendu had a meeting for alliance between Oduduwa nation and Biafra nation. We started since 1966 to 67 when the war broke out. But look at what our elders are saying. My people, the youths of Biafrans, do not listen to this enemy of progress. They don't want our youths to be free. Let me read what our sister Diana said. Those IPOB Nigerians are not for Biafra freedom. They just want to use IPOB as a step to join Nigeria politics. Exactly. The man is one of the DOS, the dogs in DOS. He is just barking like a dog. Yes. Yes, my sister Blessing. Nothing will happen to our leader, Onyenduma. God will forbid it. I agree with you. I concur. Nothing will ever happen to our Onyendu. These people are heartless. Shameless elders. Look at all the Yoruba elders came together and made sure that any of their sons being held by zoo government was released by Tinubu. But you people heard when I made my program, if anyone will remember, where I read out from Sahara Report, where Tinubu said, I am not the one holding Kano, it is Governor Hope Uzodinma. I read it out here. Maybe none of you here could recall, but I did. And I will look for the video where I showed that program, and I will read it out again. Tinubu said, I am not the one holding Kanu, so that we should all know that he is not the one. Shortly after Igboho was released, Sahara Reporter carried it. He said it clearly that it is Hope Uzodinma holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before the Imo State election. Yes, that's as far back as then. Yes, thank you, Mary, for confirmation. Thank you. Because I always go through this, what is it called? Twitter handle from page to page to look for important and favorable news for Biafrans. Because when you are in a situation like Biafrans, it is not everything that anybody says that will please your mind. There are certain things you want to hear, you know. So I always pick and choose. Thank you, my sister. God bless you. You know, I always pick and choose the type of news I give to you people, because everybody is bitter. Everybody is bitter. But look at what elderly people, that man supposed to be our prime minister's grandfather, because our prime minister is only a very young man in his 30s. But look at elderly people. So these days it has turned to what a child is standing up seeing. That elder sitting down can no longer see it. Yes, look at what a man will be saying openly. Openly.
And I want them that it is not a must that you come on Radio Biafra to broadcast. You don't have the voice, you don't have the authority. You are only there as, DOS, as the head of IPOB. So if you know that you are clean, that your hands are clean, step aside for leave the Radio Biafra, stop coming to Radio Biafra. Let us that have the gift to speak to people, and people will pay attention and listen to us. Let us continue doing the talking. Allow Simon Ekpa to be arrowhead. Write whatever you want to write as an instruction or command to Biafrans. Give it to Simon Ekpa, let him speak, and let all of us spread the news and make it go viral. I warned them from 2021, 3 years ago. If they refused to listen, they had it, but they never listened to it. And today, this is where they have landed. They are now out in full. Now, let me first of all, you may say, this is not a case. Now, let me copy this implode. Let me copy it on the camera, on the screen as you are watching. Let us open a new tab. As we open a new tab here, we are going to ask Google. I understand the meaning, but I just want to do it for everybody to understand. Now, this is implode definition. Let us write definition. Okay, definition is already here. Let us search and see the real meaning of implode. Look at it here. Collapse or cause to collapse violently inwards. You see that? Collapse or cause to collapse violently. That is the meaning of implode. Now, secondly, you can as well define it as end or fell suddenly or dramatically. End or fell suddenly or...
Yes, my brother Michael, I'm really impressed by your achievements so far. Our Prime Minister has really done well. Yes, we are yet to record an IDP camp in Biafraland. Yes, our Prime Minister has done so well. All these elders, if not for the sake of our other brothers and sisters, it would have been suggested that they should leave them, let these infiltrators from Fulani tribe run them over. Then they will appreciate our Simon. Simon is our savior for now, because Onyendu has been kidnapped. You know, the way Hope is bringing military to buy our people, and he had that tiger camp we tell everybody that Tinubu is correct for telling us that Hope is the one keeping our Onyendu? Yes, because he's very close to these cabals. My sister Mary said, when Biafra is declared, DOS and CO will be driven to Nigeria. Well, let's see how it goes. Because if shame will allow them to come close, that's when we will get hold of them. Yes, you know, when Onyendu, our prime minister, told Hope that he's chasing after you, he ran to Abuja. So he no longer lives in Imo State. Yes. My people, let me tell you the gospel truth. And it is very obvious. Do you people think that if a Southerner that is a president is comfortable in that magnificent building called Asorok, do you think that if Tinubu is comfortable there, that he will go back and be living in Lagos? I overheard, but sometimes you don't deal with hearsay, because in law, hearsay is not a very good evidence. But I overheard, you know, kepu sometimes there are some element of truth in it, that the cabals are really giving this man tough time. I even heard where they are holding meeting. I have it here, which I will try to play. All of them, all the emirs, all the northerners, and they were complaining that this government is failing them. Why? Because it is a man from the south. Do you people ever hear them talk during Buhari? And Jagaban now lives in Lagos because he cannot stand these people. He cannot. Their pressure on him is too much. So he quickly ran to Lagos. Do you people think that if he is a Fulani man, that they will be pressurizing him? How do you think he will like to leave that place that was built by foreign construction company? They said that there's tunnel, there's everything there, but the guy left because they are pressurizing him. Then somebody from DOS, ndị nzuzu, apụta na-ekwu ụdị okwu dị etu a. You cannot support your brother, a young man like Simon. But these are the type of people we want when Biafra comes to be our prime minister and our presidents. We don't want all these old cargoes recycling themselves at the corridors of power. Youths will be coming out of school and they will turn them to their thugs, and they will buy Obatintim and give all of them to be their bodyguards instead of creating jobs for these people. Do you people know that every year China will make about 40 or 400 of their youths millionaires? So what Nigeria does is that after our children goes to school, graduate, and they will be loitering about. Some will be keke drivers, some will be picking bean on the high street to eat. In an oil producing country, graduates have no jobs. We have all patches all over the road, whereas we have chemical engineers. Yes, Mary said it's good for Biafrans to donate, no matter the amount. Everybody, even the little children, donate to Breji to help the liberation. Exactly, my sister. That was my first, the jingle for this program. Everybody should vote. As I said, where I live, the Jewish people there, their own is not on weekends. Their own is everyday donation. Everyday donation. Because they are at war now. So my people, let us donate. I myself, I will do my own this evening or tomorrow morning and send it to my Minister of Information, That's how I always do my own. No matter how little, it will help. Yes, they donate every day. One man will be holding paper in his hands. He knows the names of their shops. He will be going shop to shop, collecting money. Some are donating clothes, some are donating used shoes, some of them will be donating things that they bought but they never used. Because I live in their area. They don't even talk. They will be doing it quietly. You know. So my people, I don't know what is wrong with this. So my people, my brothers and sisters, you know, these people, these our so-called, really, Diane, you mean it? Tinubu has never slept in Aso Rock since he became the president of Nigeria. That's why the Fulanis are afraid of him. My sister, but they are always coming together against these very Southerners. And Southeast is like a pain on their bum. Hello and welcome to the capital. There's another news. I don't know. They said that they are looking for, you won't believe it, that they are looking for Musa, the Minister of Defense. And this news you will see here is a Zoo radio house. Listen to him.
Benny Ark. The Senate resumed plenary in preparation for the arrival of the service chiefs to the upper chamber. For the second time, they demanded the presence of the service chiefs on the deteriorating state of insecurity across the country. Take a look.
Any other proceedings. Anticipation mounted as the Senate resumed plenary on the second legislative day of the week, with the expected arrival of service chiefs to the upper chamber. The worsening state of insecurity in the country has been a major subject of debate among the lawmakers. For this reason, the service chiefs have been summoned for a second time under the 10th Assembly to give explanations. The service chiefs were admitted into the chamber, but the absence of the National Security Advisor and the Chief of Defense Staff was noticeable.
The security chiefs to have interaction with us to brief us on the efforts being made to come this resurgence. And, at the same time, to give us the opportunity to also make our suggestions for the betterment of the country. So please, whilst we welcome you, we want you to...
Thank you so much, Mary. Yes, we have to go on a journey of discovery to find a pleasing news to the ears of my fellow Biafrans. As I said, ndị Igbo si na onye ọ na-eme omume omume na-emekwa obube obube. I know we are all matured people. I know what my people wouldn't want to be listening to this time. So most of the time I pick and choose the news that will be suitable for their ears. You don't come here to abuse your people with very nasty news. You know, this one is what will make you people realize the extent to which our gallant men have gone. Ibundia, ne-egwerifa on daily basis. It's just that there are certain things we cannot bring here.
Want you to know that it is not because of the fact that we are not passing the ball.
The person talking now is Akpabio, the Senate president. They are demanding for feedback to tell you that they all know about this fight in Olu and they all endorsed it. Forgetting that this their jet and the Tucano aircraft that goes to that place, when he throws bomb, that bomb does not have a control of whose house they land on. They don't think of the kids. They don't think of the elderly. They cannot suggest to the government to come to round table with these people. Rather, they will be endorsing purchase of arms in a country where there is no war. And you will be creating war all over the place against innocent citizens. So God will pay them back.
We believe you are doing your best. We want to hear from you and also make contributions on how we can improve the situation. So we welcome you, very welcome. We would like to have also with you in attendance the Chief of Defense Staff.
So they say that the Chief of Defense Staff is the only one missing. They don't know his whereabouts. You know, he's not a Fulani man. The Chief of Defense Staff is from, I think, some part of Plateau. But these are enablers that wouldn't reason before they act.
See the view of the Senate. We would like also to have the National Security Advisor in attendance. Is that the view of the Senate? So the clerk of the Senate has directed accordingly that you further invite the National Security Advisor, the Minister of Defense, the Minister of State Defense, the Minister of Police Affairs, the Minister of State Police Affairs, Minister of Interior, Minister of Finance, and Coordinating Minister of Economy, in addition to the service chiefs who have honored the invitation of the Senate.
The protracted spate of abductions, banditry, and armed robbery across the country has in the last few weeks seen an upsurge, and the Senate agrees that the nation, and the FCT in particular, is under threat. Meanwhile, the Senate has been given further reasons why the postponement was expedient. In an exclusive interview, the Senate spokesperson, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, explains that Nigerians will not take the Senate serious if they took on the matter in segments.
We don't want to be going back and forth anymore because it has reached that tempo whereby we have to get to where we are going in Nigeria. And it is very pertinent to ensure that we don't just see sect out 2 days after we now call another sect. Nigerians will not even take us very serious. So definitely it is not a matter of saying that we invite the head, then the sub we just come and then we just take them and then we'll be waiting for another day. Definitely the National Security Advisor who's advising the president about the issue of security, who collects every security report and sends source to the president for action, then must be on seat. Not only that, the staff who is in charge of either the army, navy, and the air force must be there. Definitely, we must bring in the economic team. We must bring in the security team. Then all of us must now sit down together.
Yes, Diane. The pertinent question here is this Senate and the executives, you know, they are all Nigerians and they all hail from individual villages and tribes. Are they pretending as if these people being pied are not that they are not related to them, or that they didn't come out of these villages? So the people being pied are not related to any one of them. And for whose interest are they there? They are there to represent their people, but they go there to represent their pockets. That's all they are interested in doing. Somebody like the Senate president, you all know when he was the director of NDDC and all that, all the money he embezzled during the time of Governor Wike, that they wanted to buy one lady that was blowing whistle and Wike come one early morning with police to the lady's house when the lady was held under siege. And Wike went to save the woman. This very Senate president, these are the kind of people working in the government. Yes, criminals, some of them were former armed robbers, all working there. Criminals, that's the type of people they choose. We don't have politicians. We have looters, people who go to loot, steal money. They don't care about the masses because it wasn't the masses in the first place that voted for them. They put themselves in because Nigeria as an enterprise that it is, they don't go for votes. They go to select. Because in a company or in an enterprise, you don't vote for who will be your director. You will employ. They employ themselves, select themselves, and put in there. They just answer politicians for the name of it. But the truth is that there are no politicians in Nigeria. They are looters. We cannot be seen. So you can imagine that these people, they are, to tell you that they are very good distractors. Because we started our referendum, e-voting, they were busy planning how to distract us, how to destabilize us. But my people, no matter what, the vote is something you can be doing while you are driving, or when you park your car, you just do it before you get down from your car. So we mustn't lose focus, my people, please. I'm pleading with each and every one of us. We have heard all these things happening. And when you hear this sad news, it will take you back to the reason why you want to live in the first place. And as we are in the process, we have to do our voting, make little contribution, no matter how small. Ndị Igbo si na anyụkọ mamịrị ọnụ, ọgbọ ụfụfụ. When you win in a particular place, it will have the chances of forming together. So we have to endeavor to make our donations, no matter how small, $5, $10, it is all welcomed. Please, my people, this donation is needed now than ever. We need it more now. We need it. My people, our Prime Minister, we have to give him that boost to enable him to keep moving. You have heard the voice of a man swearing over his life that instead of Simon to bring Biafra. So it means that such people are ready to become Muslims, because this Muslim ticket, the agenda is to Islamize Nigeria. Already they have told the world that Nigeria is now an Islamic country. So this one they are doing now is to complete the cycle of what they started. But God will not allow us to be perpetually slaves in that country. No, because that's the way they look at us. They call us infidel, they call us their slaves, this and that, in our own land. God will not allow that. So my people, please, vote and donate. I think I have exhausted everything that I want to tell you. You know, my people say that once somebody is telling you a story, and after telling you the whole truth, any other thing they will open their mouth to tell you will be lies. Yeah, Mary, my sister, yes, Biafra is for every one of us and for our generation forever. Exactly. So I love this team so much. You people are great supporters. When I'm with you people, I feel like I am home, like I am with my sisters and my brothers. This is the way you people make me feel. So I will love it if you will always come here. Last week I was at the fundraising, so I didn't come out early last week, Saturday. I think I will be there as well tomorrow, but definitely on Sunday, I do summarize what I did throughout the whole week. So today is the beginning of the weekend. I wish all of you a very happy weekend with your families, and everybody should mind how they go and remain blessed. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, ekene m jukwala ụkpa o. Ọ ga-adịlụ nwoke mma, dịlụ nwaanyị mma. O nwere ife ga-eme unu. Unu bụ ụmụ Chineke. Mmiri na-amanwu ugo na wunwu ugo arụ. O nwere ife anyị melụ mmadụ, anyị ada-achọ okwu. Ndị Igbo tụrụ inu si na nwata chọba nke ya si na ajọ nwa. Let me read what my sister wrote. That's Diane. That's why you can see them all in APC, the group of thugs and criminals. The only immunity among themselves. That's why Emmanuel Iwanyanwu can't go against them. He cannot. You know, when this very man you mentioned now, Iwanyanwu, came to be the president of Ohanese, if I start telling you the story of that man, we will not live here today. But another day, yes. Juliana, yes, waving hand pink. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So that man, the first thing he said was, oh, I will bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Whether he was doing that to win the interest of Biafran agitators or Biafran freedom fighters, I don't know why he did that. Ask me where he is today. Where is our leader? So when they went there, during the time our prime minister had a state of nation, he told us that one of the governors called him and said, do you know that when we went to see the president, that none of them had the effrontery or the guts to mention the release of Onyendu? But he promised that he will make sure he speak to the president for the release of our Onyendu. You know, when it comes to a thing like this, the Yoruba leaders, they always rally around. When Igboho was being held at Cotonou, Obasanjo, the former head of state, went there. Professor Yebanji went there. All of them, all those top Yoruba statesmen, they all went to see Igboho in the prison. But none of our people are talking about Onyendu's release. None of them. They are all there measuring height. Who is who? Simon cannot bring us Biafra. But if you're a true Biafran agitator, you will agree with me that there was a time Onyendu said, whoever will bring this Biafra, let the person come out and do it. That anybody can bring Biafra. That's what Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, said. And he was calling for 100 men. And this will tell you that this man who made this statement was never a Biafran agitator. They all fake in that DOS, because they were there when Onyendu was asking for 100 men. And you would ask yourself this very question: why was Onyendu asking for 100 men when he had all these people surrounding him? They all surrounded him for money. When Biafrans made contribution, they will use it for their monthly salaries. And every time they will be arguing with Onyendu, because Onyendu never wanted to deceive our people. But Onyendu, because he lost confidence in them, that was why he was asking for 100 men. And Simon single-handedly promised Onyendu, Go and look for 50 men. You will find 50 in me. My people, tell me now, is Simon Ekpa not more than that 100 men? That 100 men that Onyendu wanted, are you people not seeing it in Simon Ekpa? You know, a very young man, a man in his 30s, that elderly people will be sitting there trying to vilify him for doing nothing to them. Yes, Mary, the Yorubas love their own. Exactly. Our own is just fighting, struggling. Everybody is fighting. It's me. I am the top. I am the head. Eh? What is wrong with these, our elders? They want us to be disrespecting them. You know? My sister, we can never lose hope because Simon, he doesn't care about them. He promised Onyendu that he will not disappoint Onyendu, and he is keeping up to his words. So this is the reason why we should all support him. He is the only man standing, the good guy. I love him so much because he's a man of his words. I will love you guys and leave you. Yes, Juliana, thank you for confirmation. Yes, Simon Ekpa is more than 50 men. You are very correct. He is. He is. Some of them will just come, oh, we are struggling, gossip, castigating one another. That is not freedom fighting. Freedom fighting is positivity. You'll be very positive that you will get this, your freedom. And you will be very persistent and focused. You know, coming to fight one another is not freedom fighting at all. It's a trait of conspiracy and sabotage, which is very, very contradictory in nature. My people, I will leave you here. Ndị be anyị ọ ga-adịnụ. Iwu bụ na a ga-amalili etu emeli ya. Chukwu okike abịama is with us. We are winning. In my conclusion, Biafra is winning this war because those in our land, they don't know their way. They are trapped. They asked for helicopter. Helicopter didn't come. They asked for reinforcement. No reinforcement. Now, they said that Musa, their Minister of Defense, nobody sees him. So, you don't know. Our gallant men, they are doing the needful. They are winning. All those trucks are now in their control. So, we are winning. Don't forget to focus on the ball, which is our self-referendum and our donation tomorrow. Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you, Mary. Please pray for PM, everybody, every day in your prayers, even in church, pray for him. Thank you so much. I pray for our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister and all Biafrans. God will bless us. He loves us so much. Yes. Last time I used Genesis chapter 12, verse 2, where the children of Israelites were in the mountain, and God said to them, you have been on this mountain for far too long. Work hard and leave this mountain. Yes, Diane, the issue is many of them don't know Mazi Simon Ekpa, who he is and what he is. Exactly. And our sister Juliana said, good night from here. Remain blessed, my sister. God bless you and your family. Bless Diane, bless Mary, and blessing Chibike and Henry. God will bless you all. Please, anyone I didn't remember your name, I love you all. All hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, equity, and progress. Good night and have good weekend. Bye-bye, my people. I love you all.